Hello. So there are many things that I learned through this article here, but one thing that I learned, or that really stuck out to me, um, was how we portray social studies to our students. It says here that teachers themselves have positive attitudes about social studies. If teachers understand the importance of social studies in the early years, they are more likely to transfer their enthusiasm for social studies to their students. So it's all how we portray the things that we teach them, the material, the content, anything like that. It's how we introduce it. If we're not excited about, that topic, that lesson, then the kids aren't either. But if you show that enthusiasm, then that's going to transfer to the students and will make them be excited about it, make them want to learn more about it. For me, social studies wasn't really my favorite subject. I did okay in social studies class in high school, but it was never really one that I found enjoyable. Um, the teacher, he loved it. He loved social studies, but I don't know if it really showed much through him. Um, but with elementary school, I don't really learn. I don't remember what happened or what we learned or anything like that. I'm sure we did, but I just can't really remember. Um, but it affects social studies affects all of us, and like I said, I feel like social studies is isn't being taught, or I don't want to say taught, but like it's not as relevant in most classrooms. I feel like nowadays, because like some of the elementary schools that I've been to, I've barely seen the teachers like teach a history lesson that I used to get taught. So I don't know if it's just because they're not wanting to teach it, or if it's just they don't feel like it's becoming more important, or they don't know how to teach it. I don't really know, but I just feel like um, it's not very common in the classrooms that I've really seen as much as it was whenever like I was in school. Um, and then so going back to the honor, how we portray things, making these students interested in social studies, you know, it'll make them want to learn, and by wanting them to learn, it'll help them, fit in with today's society. Um, it'll teach them how to think critically, debate, especially since this country is becoming more diverse. There's many different cultures, religions, beliefs, languages, the whole nine yards. This country is becoming very much more diverse than it used to be, which I feel like it's so important now to be teaching about the history, because if you look back then to what it is today, we wouldn't have the things that we have, the freedom, the resources, you know, we basically wouldn't have the materials or anything today if it wasn't for our past and our history. What happened in the past is how we got here today. It's, you know, everything that, from the technology, from our freedom, laws, whatever, it's because of our past. It's because of our history. And students need, it's important for them to learn and to understand that. Because if they know, how the things have come to be, they'll be more appreciative, and it's just important for them to learn. Um, Sorry, but going back, like I said about it being diverse, you know, these kids need to know, the history of the different countries, and we didn't always get along with other countries in the past, but other cultures and countries have been moving here, and it's just becoming more diverse, like I said. So these kids need to know, like how to live in a society that's you know more diverse. Like, you know it's not always going to be white people walking around. No, you're going to have African Americans, Asians, Chinese, Japanese, Mexicans. I don't know if I said that. Anyway, but there's a lot more people out there in the world, and you need to learn how to coexist with them. You need to learn how to communicate with them, how to talk to them, or do anything with them without offending them, without discriminating against their religion belief. We need to teach these kids that, we're all different. We're not all going to believe, we're not going to all think, and, you know, we're not the same as the person next to us. We're all different, and that's okay. So it's just important for these kids to learn honor, being able to live in the society, being able to be involved in the community and the civil life of an American, and to be able to do that, by respecting each other and honoring one another.